Howdy, guys. So, here's the deal. There's something I want to share with you guys, something that I thought was really cool the first time I heard it, and something that I really think about a lot, honestly. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit more. There we go. And then I want to issue you guys a challenge with it. Okay? So, let's start with this. A couple of years ago, I was listening to Dennis Prager. He's an older man. I like listening to some of these older guys that have a lot of wisdom. They're not as jumpy. I tend to be very jumpy and ready to go on the attack. Probably why I like Stephen Crowder a lot. But he said something that really made me think. And something that I really like. Either this camera really makes my lips look red, or I just got some serious issues right now. It could be both. He was talking about reading, and he said, I've got a simple idea for you I want you to think about. If you want to learn more, read 10 pages every day. You will be amazed at how many books you can read by just reading 10 pages a day. And I thought, 10 pages isn't super daunting. I mean, that's what, if you're really taking your time, that's what, at the most 30 minutes, but probably like closer to 20 for most of us. That's not bad. And especially depending on the book you read, like you could get through quite a few. And then I got thinking, and I wonder, how many books that could actually be. Let me give you a visual. Let's say that I was taking the 10 pages every day, all right? I was doing just 10 pages every single day. Let's pick up a few books and let's see what I would learn. Let's start with Sacred Marriage by Gary Thomas, okay? So, good little marriage book. Read this before I got married to my wife. I think we both read through it. And it's a very good thing to share reading marriage books. It's just a little advice. Read a marriage book together and then talk about what you read. 250 pages exactly, okay? So, reading 10 pages every day. If you started on January 1st, 10 pages every day, by the way, that's 3,650 pages every year. So you read this really quickly, all right? As a matter of fact, you read this before the end of January. All right, so you got this at 250 pages, read, done. All right, what else? Let's say The Age of Ideology, which is a little collection book of some different philosophers. So, for example, a couple of the ones on here are Kant, Hegel, Kierkegaard, Nietzsche. So this will give you a good introduction into some of the different major philosophers. Let's see how many pages are in this book. 274, just shy of 300. All right, so between the two of these right here, this puts us at just above 500 pages. Just above 500 pages, we've still got 3,100 pages to go to get through a whole year. Just reading 10 pages a day in 1 year, you've already read a philosophy book and a marriage book. What else could we read? Well, how about this? Let's get into a few more hefty things. We got Fox's Book of Martyrs, okay? This deals with persecution in the early church. There's a lot of history stuff in here that's very important and very enlightening. Maybe a difficult read, but you're only reading 10 pages a day. So it might be a trudge through, but it's manageable. How much we got in here? 409 pages. 409 pages plus the 500 we've read here, 900 pages. We're not even halfway yet, and we've already read a history book, a philosophy book, and a marriage book. What else do we got over here? How about we go back to another little small one, Who Moved My Pulpit by Tom Rainer. This is a good book. I've read this book. I love it. I'm going to read it again. Most of it's good, some of it's okay, but most of it is great stuff for helping you deal with conflict in church, and you could use the same things to talk about conflicts that you have in your everyday life. 143 pages. Look at that. You've already read. We've barely even scratched the surface yet. How about we get into some real chunky ones like Bonhoeffer? Okay? So this is, if you don't know who Bonhoeffer is, pastor, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct about this because I haven't read this one yet. I'm going to do this one starting in just a little bit. So Bonhoeffer was what's that word? Starts with a P, a pacifist pastor, or at least he had pacifist tendencies during the World War II era. But when he saw Hitler and he saw what Hitler was doing, he was so affronted by it that this pastor, this pacifist pastor, decided to join in on the assassination attempt against Adolf Hitler. Very, very important figure. You can learn all about him and all about a lot of World War II, and it will really challenge your beliefs and a lot of the things that you think. Look at that right there. Look at those books that we've read in a year yet. How about, oh, I didn't go over how many pages that is. Sorry. That is if you subtract the notes, because there's a big old thing of notes in the back of this one. That is 544 pages. That seems like a lot, but 10 pages a day? Y'all, that's the first of 3 chunky books. What's the other chunky book? How about the entire collection of Chronicles of Narnia? How many pages is that? Well, let's take a look back here. The last book of this massive Chronicles of Narnia anthology brings us to 767 pages. 1 year, look at all of this that you've read. Oh, and by the way, to top it all off, the entire 1,100 pages of Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace, said to be the greatest novel ever written. Look at everything you could read in 1 year. 1 year, simply by reading only 10 pages every day. 10 pages a day, that's it. That's a big old stack of books. And that's a lot of good reading, too. Look, let's say you're from my perspective. You're a conservative Christian. You've got some things that, let's say, support your beliefs. And you've got some things that will challenge your beliefs. You got some things that help you with conflict resolution in personal life. And you've got history. All of that, 1 year, 10 pages every day. If you don't miss a day, guess what? There's still, you can read all of this and there's still like 50 pages left over. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? That should be mind-blowing. 1 year, you read all of this. Imagine how much more enriching your life is if you can read all of this in a year. Think of all of the knowledge that's in these books that is going to shape the way that you think and the way that you live. Think of all of the stories that shape the way that you live. That right there, that's 1 year of your life and yourself being drastically different than what you are right now. So, I'm going to issue a challenge. Starting today, this Saturday, 10 pages every single day. All right? 10 pages every single day. I am going to challenge you to do it. Pick a book, even if it's a fiction book, even if it's, let's just have some fun at first, okay? Pick something that you know you're going to pick up and enjoy. Let's read 10 pages every day. Just 10 pages. Don't have to commit to any more than that. And if you know that you're not going to be able to do it one day, maybe you split it up and do 15 break day and then 15 and then go back to 10. That's fine as long as we can get to like the 70 a week. But I encourage you, as best as you're able, join me on reading 10 pages every single day. Okay? And what we're going to do is every week, I'm going to post a video here. I'm going to tell you guys what book I'm reading and something I've learned during that week of reading every single day. And I think that all of us who actually participate in it, even if we don't get super far, even if we only get through one book, for some people, that's more books than they read in 3 years' time. Some people barely ever pick up a book and finish a book. Just by participating in this challenge long enough to finish one book, you'll have done more reading than most other people. Why don't you say we pick up that challenge just once, and let's see what it's like. I'll see you guys later.